Grand Rising Soul Siblings. It's Shay Seeking from American Aborigines Unchained on YouTube and in the Facebook group. And yeah, so I did the videos earlier. I think I am going to go ahead and try to read a little bit more of the book before I go to bed, even though it's pretty late. But, there's a reason why, like I told you guys before, that I kept on, I put the videos up and sometimes I take them down. It just feels like there's been a shift or a change. And for some reason, I feel as though we'll just use terms like entities or energies that are, because we know that we could be talking about techie things. We know we could be talking about interference from, we'll call it extraterrestrials, in a sense, right? Just what that hidden shadow, whatever, would be behind the workings of the world. But there's also the workings of the source that is working through the earth, or the original people and the offspring of those people that are being afflicted on this plane and have been for a very long time. And I feel like to a certain degree, again, I can't share everything that I've seen with you guys. You'll just have to take my word for it. And I can't share any specifics or deeper details. But the way that I'm doing is the best way that I know how to tell my story. Just a person that is trying to live with something that has been done or is being done by, again, us being molded or chosen or crafted, in a sense, to be the guardians, you may say, of the galaxy, and the ones that are supposed to be able to tell the natural story from our perspectives, using gifts that have been bestowed upon us in order to promote change in a more organic fashion. Because again, you guys know the show, American Gods. If you're not watching it, you definitely should be. You definitely should be. So what I'm saying is, I'm not doing anything different than what is being done and said. Actually, I'm living some of these things that are going on this show and on several other things. It's just I am absorbing the information. I am getting overwhelming amounts of downloads. I don't think that is anything too much for me to handle, because it wouldn't be given to me if it were. Ancient history, past lives, past information. And again, who is anyone on this plane to tell me that I cannot tell my story in a fashion when I'm not including or involving anyone that any specific information about any of these entities that I feel or know would be attached to this. It's my story, and again, I will continue to tell it. If it means that I may be put in an awkward situation or even worse, then that's the way it's just going to have to be, right? So again, I was watching this past episode of The American Gods, and they were talking about some program called Shard, where basically something like what I'm going through and what many other people that would be targeted individuals or people that they're fucking with their minds or fucking with things, your personal lives, trying to manipulate or move the hand of God or the source or the all from these particular people, with transhumanism to a certain extent. Again, we're just using basic terms now, basically fucking with the creation of, or the God themselves, right? So they were talking about this, and you can Google it, and it'll tell you a little bit about what is supposed to be on the show. But again, I think that this is definitely something that is going on And it should be looked at and examined by those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. So what I feel like is talking about some form of a mind control or monitoring people using such things that, we don't really think about, that may be in your home. Why, again, anyone who is feeling this or going through these particular things, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Any regular person that knows that certain things that you say or do may pop up in your feed, certain things you purchase with your credit cards and debit cards and things that show up on your phone as if someone is tracking. There's no secret that this is going on. It's going on, and it's been going on for a very long time. So these people have misled us as to what social media is, what these platforms are built to do, and what they are actually doing with your personal information. And it goes beyond some of the things that we think that we know. Again, that's why I like to say that we think we know, but we have no idea. And I will speak on it comfortably. And when it feels uncomfortable to me, then I will digress until a certain time, because these people will not be able to have this particular type of power over us for very long. The more people know about these particular things, the more people can be aware. And again, maybe I'm just that person or one of those people that are choosing to strike that match because, again, it's unfair it's not right for people because they have certain different types of technology, money, power, status, and whatnot, to bully or try to even get into the mind, body, and soul of the original people, okay? And try to, again, adjust or manipulate the original people of this planet. You know what I'm saying? We look at the things on the surface as far as, murders and killings and genocide. But again, it's deeper than that. It's way deeper than that. So I just wanted to say all that to say, if you see things like that going on, and things get hot, I feel like there's a lot of threats that have been sent out. But again, hey, one day it could lead to something. But at this point, it seems as though these people may not, at this point, either be using or have the authority to go any further than just sending out threats. And if they are, then that's just what it is, right? So I'm not a cocky person. I'm not this. I'm not this ill-willed person that is deciding to do this. But I know that whatever is going on, these entities have taken way much advantage over me and other people in our personal lives and our information. And so again, I'm not going to be able to speak on that because nobody told me anything. It is something that I can see. How or why? Things are just directly shown to me. So, I can't help that. You go and dabble in people's minds, and it feels almost like rape. It almost feels like some type of and I feel as though all the entities that are involved, they may not be wanting to be doing that, or they didn't know that this is what would occur, or maybe they do know. But at the end of the day, you can't expect someone not to want to at least fight back or tell their story. I'm not going to leave this planet or this plane without having my story told. It's just not what I'm going to do, okay? So, again, I want to read the lyrics to this song really quick because in this episode, he says something about the tech boy hooks himself up to the monitor for a read, and because he's having all kind of glitches and stuff like that, right? He hooks himself up to something, and again, this episode is on television, so we're just talking about it. And it says something about he needed artifact one, right? So being me and how my mind is wired and worked, I went ahead and I just Googled basically artifact one just to see if anything would pop up. And this song popped up, and I find it very strange. So again, we're going to read the story, but I'm going to have to divert here and there to point out other things that are critical when it comes to us seeing or understanding the inner workings of these particular things and tools and devices that they're using in order to manipulate beings. So this song, it's a nice little song, not music that I would normally listen to. And again, it's from 2015. I noticed a lot of the, what I call messages, are not basically messages sent to me. It is me seeking and finding certain things that correlate, just like we do with the Bible, with the situation that's at hand with me and other current things like this television show and other things that are going on in the world. So we're just mirroring or using a black mirror, or we're just using something in reverse to look at what we might really be talking about. So again, it says Upside Down Mountain, okay, is what the name of this song is. And this songwriter wrote this song. And again, a lot of this stuff, like I was saying, is backdated. So I'm talking about songs that have been, or information that was backdated that again correlate with what's going on right now. So this is something that is some type of programming for long term, is what I feel like. And that these people know exactly who we are and exactly what's going on, and they may have a hand at some of the stuff, but some of the stuff they don't understand. Because again, the source, okay, if we are linked to that original source or all, or that particular God prior to creation, which is again, creation is just a story about the beings that were created by using the rib or DNA of the original peoples, okay, and other in the offspring of the original people, in order to form, I feel, different types of beings, okay, that may be a little bit more advanced or have different types of gifts, man-made gifts that, they place these people in society, and, it is what it is. So again, we know we're everything on this plane has been put in reverse. We're living in an upside down so-called reality. And that's what it is. So the lyric says, what would it take to gain acceptance? To the grounds behind your eyes, I'm open to suggestion. The one you made, we never tried. Let it slip right out from under your breath, and it rolled, around in my head. It was nothing I'd consider. I knew it had to happen then. Stood on the banks of the Potomac, we watched the water rush by. You said we should live in the moment, then I'd miss you all the time. Now, not to mention that the tech boy, this is called the conscious of the king, right? This episode, 306. And prior to this, Bilquist, again, which I feel like I connect to her. Again, she is the only female deity I think that's on this show, but I connect to her on many different levels in her story. So what happened was he came to basically check her about some big tech company person that went missing, that she consumed, in a sense. If you guys know what the show is about, you know what I'm talking about. And she ended up touching Tech Boy, and basically something rubbed off on him from her, where she was able to show him things give him feelings. I feel like this is like a real boy, like we talking about Pinocchio, right? And he kind of looked like Pinocchio, right? So him talking about war and all this other stuff, and she said, you don't know anything about this. And so she basically put something on him where he was able to where she was able to give him a glitch where he can kind of see and feel, so he can know what he's really talking about when he's talking about war. Because he's was created by these people, and he doesn't have those type of feelings. He was created as a machine, just like some of the other people on the show, to target original people and their offspring, regular everyday people, so that they can keep some type of power. So it's about money, politics, and everything like that, but it's also about different ancient technology and things that they're using on us as well. So he started to have like visions of war, and he started to have feelings, okay? And I think now they're kind of upset about this. And they were talking about, like I said, this shard program. So anyhow, it says, and I know no one will believe me, but I don't want a second chance to be an object of desire. If that means slipping through your hands, if I had tied, I apologize. Okay. If that means slipping through your hands, if I had tried to make you mine, you have, listen. Okay, let me just stop. Let me start over. Okay. And I know no one will believe me, but I don't want a second chance to be an object of desire. If that means slipping through your hands, if I tried to make you mine, you would have walked away. I can't compete with memories. They never have to change. This world is full of missing persons, all of these unsolved mysteries. If someone says they know for certain, they're selling something certainly. So when I set myself to wonder, again, it's funny we're talking about wonder in that book and me being someone that wonders. All the questions that remain, the only one that ever matters is when will I see your face again? I keep looking back for artifacts to prove that you were here. The sound that's been keeps echoing. It never disappears. So again, I'm just saying that it's not right, I feel, because people that they can dabble in regular everyday people's affairs, possibly because they may be offended by something that we're speaking when we're speaking so-called truth, okay? To secretly target these people, put them in a corner, and think that they're just supposed to sit there and take it, and that they can't take you telling your story when most people won't even believe it. Do you see what I'm saying? Most people won't even watch. They won't pay attention. A lot of us are not people that have large platforms that put ourselves, in the limelight. We're just people, everyday people, trying to share our experiences to make people aware, of what's going on, and also share our story, which is hard enough to do without being targeted or threatened. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And again, I'm going to be reading the story, but I'm also going to throw little random things in like this so that you can kind of feel where I'm coming from. And again, gratitude to anyone who is stopping by. Don't forget to comment, like, or subscribe. Let me know if something like this you feel maybe happening to you or somebody that you know, or something like this. Because again, most of us are good people. We are just trying to have a place where I thought this was these platforms were what we were given to us so that we would be able to tell our story. And this is why I thought it was called YouTube, because you were supposed to talk about you. Okay, but I guess it's okay as long as you're not bringing in the dirt or lifting up the dress of America and exposing her dirty work, or his, actually, because it's been hijacked by patriarchal. And again, I'm someone that think that yes, America was a matriarchal society, either 100%. You know what I'm saying? Think like Superwoman and how they were all off in the cut, and it was mainly just and it was just women there, or and men were coming in from different places to bear children with these women, or it was a society where yes, women had major parts to play in society right along with her man. Okay, side by side. It's when someone came in and plucked the male aspect and put it at the top without feeling like they really needed a female aspect. And this is why I make reference to some of the things when I talk about so-called gender and things. It's not to cast dirt on those people or to harm those people or hurt their feelings or talk about that. It's the fact that we should be able to know if this is going on. We should be able to know, and again, you can look at the world and see that there cannot be any real women, or could not have in the past been any real women making any kind of moves on this plane prior to this within the past couple 100 years, because we would not be in the situation and circumstances that we're in today. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Take care.